The game is Dungeons & Dragons: Lords of Waterdeep. And here's one cool thing I like about the game. This is a worker placement game in the vein of Agricola or Caverna, where there are a bunch of spots on the board and you place a little guy on there and you get to do what the spot says and take actions in the game. But there are a bunch of spots on the board that are empty and piles of buildings or spots that you can pay to build to the board. And when you build those spots, those become new worker placement spots for everybody else to place their guys on for the rest of the game. Now in this game, the worker placement spots are exclusive, so multiple people can't go to the same spot. And what I really like about it is that the game gives you credit for building one of those worker placement spots. This isn't the only game that does this. This is just one thing that I like about this game. So when you pay to build a spot, and then later another player puts their agent down there and uses that spot, they're essentially paying you rent. It's kind of like in Monopoly, when you land on Park Place, somebody's got a house or a hotel there and you got to pay up. I just like that acknowledgement that the game gives you that I did that. You owe that space to me. Lost Ruins of Arnak is another game where you're paying to put spaces out in order to increase the number of cool spots that people can place their characters on. And that game gives you all kinds of prizes and awards and accolades for doing that, but it doesn't give you that residual benefit or that acknowledgement that, hey, you were the progenitor of that spot. You were the person to thank for putting that spot out on the board. And so that's one thing I really appreciate about Lords of Waterdeep. What's one cool thing that you like about Lords of Waterdeep? Or are there other games where you get to build spaces to the board and the game gives you credit for that by having the other players pay you rent for it? I'd love to hear all about it. Let me know in the comments.